doing today? Today I want to make a video based on a comment that a girl made on one of my last videos. Um, Basically, she was asking if I can make a video about um, having past mistakes and learning from those past mistakes. And I really like the idea of that video because I never really, as simple as it sounds, I never really thought about making a video about that. And I know a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people struggle with their past and their future, and they're uncertain, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to bounce back from what they did in the past, how it affects them today, and how they can learn from it. And me, myself, there's things in my life, I wouldn't say that I regret anything in my life, but I will say that I could have done things better in certain situations. And what I wanted to say when it comes to dealing with life and your regrets and the mistakes that you've made is you have to change your perspective on how those things turned out and how they shaped you. So I could look at my past mistakes and wish that I had changed things, or I could regret things. But at the end of the day, when you think about all the things that happened to you, you learn that they were mistakes. That's the most important part of it. You recognize it as a mistake, therefore you wouldn't do it again. So you kind of have to look at life as kind of like this thing of where you wouldn't be the person that you are today if you didn't make those mistakes. I know some people, they'll ask the question, well, if you could change one thing in your life, what would be that thing that you would change? And the way I would answer that question is nothing, because the things that you've done in the past are things that you have learned, like I said, they're mistakes. So if I had to go through everything that I had went through to learn the hard way, then that would be hell, basically. Um, the things that you go through and the things that happen to you, you wouldn't want to go through that again, even if you had the option. I wouldn't go back and change anything because those things make me who I am today. It shows me what to stay away from, what are the best routes. And to this day, I'm still learning. I'll make future mistakes. I'm probably making mistakes right now that I'm not aware of. And you'll always make mistakes as long as you're living, but you have to take that into perspective. You will not be the person that you are today. I want y'all to think about a time where you were young. Maybe you were like 14, 15 years old, or, any time in your teens, however old you are. You know what I mean? I know a lot of teenagers still watch my videos. Y'all probably have made mistakes that y'all wish y'all had it done differently. I want you to really think about the mistakes that you made and had you never made them, and you put them into your present life right now. How would you feel going through those things again at the age that you're at right now? And think about the things right now that you're glad that you have done right. I'm sure a lot of y'all wouldn't want to do that. You have to look at life like that. Nobody is perfect. There's not going to be a time where you have everything figured out, even when you're an adult. You'll never just feel like, okay, I have all the keys to life and now I feel completely comfortable with myself. You will get to a point where you are comfortable with yourself, but if you try to become a perfect human being, then you're gonna stress yourself out, because then you'll be taken away from who you really are. I know a lot of this generation gets caught up kind of in the self-improvement craze, and I found that with myself for a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. The most important thing to get from that is that you're looking for answers, even when you look silly. There'll be times where you'll do something, you'll look back on it where you were trying to improve yourself, and you thought it was cringe. But the fact that you are even looking for answers in the first place, that's what's really important. Even when you do something silly looking for answers, you'll find that answer one day. You were moving towards it, you know? You may be doing something wrong thinking that you're helping yourself, but you're looking for answers. That's not a mistake. That's growth. And like I said, the self-improvement phase is kind of a weird thing to get caught up into too much. Um, you'll come to a point where it's too much information, and then you'll find yourself trying to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Um, as a person, you really have to remain yourself and have yourself an outlet and not try to be too perfect. There's not just going to be one day where you just live your life by every single quote that you hear, and you can work on it all the time. You're never gonna get everything down. The way it works is you'll hear things, you'll hear good advice, you'll get all types of quotes, and when you need those things the most, you'll be able to use them because they are ingrained in you and you've been practicing it. That's how you live your life. You get good advice and you practice it. When you get good advice, use it. Don't just hear it and just move on with your day. And quote to everybody else what you heard or what you know, but not what you will do. Actually practice the stuff. If you hear somebody tell you how to handle arguments or how to handle conflict or loss, when it's time, use it. And will it work every single time with every situation? Absolutely not. But you'll be a much better person. That's what I mean by you need to have a little bit of yourself, because everybody needs that space where they have to have a natural reaction to things. And I find myself, I'm not an easy person to anger. I mean, I guess I said that right. I'm not angered easily. You know what I'm saying? I find myself, I get more annoyed than angry. I'm not really a yeller. Never have been a yeller. Um, a quote that I heard was, you can never win an argument. You know, if even if you do win, you hurt the other person's pride. And you basically destroy a chance of seeing another point of view. And we can all coexist with one another. We can all coexist with one another. And I think we judge people too much a lot of times, the way people do things and stuff like that. But you have to really understand what a person has been through to even do that. So don't judge other people's mistakes and judge the person that they are, because you are just as unique as that person in a different way. They just go a different way about doing it. So, yeah, learning from your past mistakes. The worst thing that you can do, being young, is to beat yourself up too much, because you're young. You know, if you beat yourself up too much and you don't take risk, you're gonna regret it. Always just keep it pushing, and you kind of got to laugh at yourself sometimes. And if there's one thing that I want y'all to get from this video, it would be that it didn't kill me. Whatever doesn't kill you helps you grow. It really does, because you know not to do that one thing anymore. You know not to associate with that person anymore, and you know how to move on now. And learning how to move on is a great strength. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this video. Very laid back. I don't have my tripod or anything. I'm just out here chilling, getting some reading done and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and always comment. You know, I always listen to the suggestions. I always want to, y'all get a lot of ideas from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some days where I just don't know what to make a video about. So Yeah, make sure y'all give feedback and stuff like that. So yeah, it's Slim and Chill.